So I'm doing this series whereby I answer all your questions that has been submitted to me through email. And today's question is from Li Si, right? And hers is about investing. I'm curious to know what's the routine and the small changes you have introduced to learn about investing while juggling between work and play. And I often think about James Clear's take about how the process and the curated environment matters. Therefore, I'm thinking about how I can fine tune my process, especially for someone with limited finance and investing knowledge. So, when it comes to learning about investing, right, for myself, when I first started, it was mostly through reading a lot of books, right? You want to first get your fundamentals correct. And I like this method called time boxing, right? Whereby you box out certain parts of your calendar and then you do nothing, but you just read about investing related stuff. So especially if you're a beginner, I think it helps to read books like Peter Lynch One Up Wall Street. That's a great book for beginners. There's also the book by Gautam Bate, Joys of Compounding. I think that's also relatively friendly for beginners. And when it comes to learning about more, if you want to learn about growth instead investing, for example, then I think 100 Beggars is by Chris Mayer is a good book. So when it comes to investing, right, after you're over the phase of reading all these investing books, to be honest, the only way for you to improve as an investor is to dive straight into the annual reports of companies, right? To learn about businesses. And you just want to build up this repertoire, this library of businesses inside your head, so you're able to draw connection as time passes by, right? And then that was during when I was first beginning. Then after when I have a more sizable capital, for example, that's why I really try to take it to the next level. After reading all the books I can read, and also reading all the annual report, I began talking to a lot of other investors. Those are a great way to learn too, right? There are also times whereby I took courses right early on in my investing journey, because courses are a great way to shortcut your learning process, especially when it comes to understanding financial statements. So for myself, I am a finance major, right? I took that while I was in university. But even then, even though I can read a lot of these, I can understand a lot of these financial jargons, or I can understand accounting, right? The problem is many times business school or finance major, they don't really teach you how to draw all these theories to the real investing world, right? The world of businesses. And when you are attending courses by, very experienced investors, that's where they will share with you how you should tie in these numbers with the qualitative aspects of these businesses. And I think this is what's missing for a lot of business school. And of course, you can either do it through courses, or you can do it through books. But generally, when it comes to books, I find it more limited because the author usually focuses more on relatively broad topics, right? Nowadays, I also subscribe to a lot of investing newsletter, authors who are able to connect between both the business world and also the financials of the company, right? That's how I learn, right? Through other people, either through books, newsletters, or courses, right? I think those are a great way to learn. But if you're a very busy individual, then I think putting time aside, specifically on your calendar, probably like Friday night or your Saturday or Sundays, to look into investing matters, yeah, you must. Discipline is a must, right? And like you said, when it comes to James Clear, you want to make sure that your environment is primed for this. And it always begins with occupying a slot in your calendar so that it becomes a priority.